We've put all of our energy into intervening in individual land theft cases. A lot of organizations will focus on things like education or norm change, and those are actually really, really good, but they're marginal. People live in reality. We can have a big policy campaign where we add another clause to the Land Act in Uganda, and then we can throw a great big media event to show like, oh, we passed a new law. But people live in reality, and if the law isn't actually enforced, none of that matters. None of that education, none of that awareness raising, none of that norm change matters, because what is driving those land thieves is the risk-reward calculation. The fact that what they know that no matter what we say, no matter how many conferences we hold, no matter how many news releases are out there, if I've never seen anybody get restored to their land, and I've never seen anybody get punished for stealing land, I know that reality is that this is a highly profitable crime with no risk of accountability. And so what we're doing is we're actually changing that reality. In an environment where there's no law enforcement, stealing land is incredibly profitable. And what we do by intervening in those individual cases is we change that risk-reward calculation. Salient events of enforcing the law actually change behavior because it changes the risk-reward calculation for those that are going to engage. Prosecution is prevention. I'll often be talking to people and they'll say, wouldn't it be great if we could just move upstream? Wouldn't it be great if we could just prevent these things so you weren't reacting through prosecution? That's not the way that we look at this. Prosecution is prevention. And it actually is the most effective form of prevention there is. And then you can use some of those things like norm change, you can use some of those things like education as kind of the icing on the cake. But you've got to actually have the cake, because that's the reality that people live in. People aren't dumb. You can't fool them into believing that reality is something that it's not. They have to see it with their own eyes. And they see it over and over in the work that we do by engaging in individual land theft cases, restoring victims to their homes and prosecuting land thieves for their crimes, letting the world know that that's the new rule